Hi guys, I'm Kat and I'm here to teach you a few things, hopefully. So in today's video, I want to teach you how to install iOS 16 on any iOS device. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through the steps that you need in order to get the latest iOS beta version. And I'm also going to be showing you how to join Apple's beta programs and how to install and run an iOS beta on your iPhone. So, are you guys ready? Let's get started. The full release of iOS 16 was followed by the beta release of iOS 16.1 2 days later after the release of iOS 16. The beta version of iOS 16.1 arrived on September 14th and the public beta version on September 15th. So, I don't know if you are familiar with betas, but betas are pre-release testing versions of a software. Every iOS update goes through the beta phase before it's officially launched, from small tweaks such as 15.5.1 to the full version game changers like iOS 16. There are developers betas for registered software developers only, and public betas which are for anyone who is keen to have a beta version. Both types, they usually go through multiple versions, probably half a dozen before a major launch. The developer beta is for developers only, but Apple does have a beta testing program for members of the public who want to test out new features. So without going into too much detail, here is how you can install the iOS public beta. Click sign up on the Apple beta page and register with your Apple ID. Log into the beta software program. Click enroll your iOS device. If you signed up for a previous version's beta last year, you may need to uninstall the profile before you enroll for the new one. Once you've done that, you go to beta.apple.com/profile on your iOS device. Download and install the configuration profile. You might need to go to settings to enable the profile. So go to General, VPN and Device Management and tap on the iOS 16 beta profile there. That will make the beta version available in the Settings app under General Software Update. If you are a developer and you need to test your apps against the most up-to-date version of the operating system possible, this is the version that you should be running. First, check that your device is compatible. Now, a general idea is that iPhone 8 and any later version will be compatible basically, so you will need to be registered as an Apple developer. Joining the Apple developer program costs around $99 a year. And here is how you can install the iOS 16 developer beta in 8 steps. In Safari, on your iPhone, go to developer.apple.com and log in using your Apple ID. Go to the download section. You will find it in the left-hand menu. Scroll down to iOS 16 beta and tap Install Profile, then Accept. Open the Settings app. You should see Profile downloaded at the top of the main screen. You need to tap this. If you can't see it, you can go to General, VPN and Device Management and tap on the iOS 16 beta profile there in that location. Tap Install in the top right to install the iOS 16 beta profile. Read the developer consent form and, assuming that you are happy with the terms, give your consent. Now you need to restart your iPhone. The next step is go to Settings, General, Software Update, where you should see the iOS 16 beta is available. Tap Download and then Install. Wait for your iPhone to finish downloading the update, then type Install when prompted. And if everything has worked the way that it should, your iPhone will now be running iOS 16 beta. If you are not a developer but you still want to install the developer beta anyway, this is possible, but be warned that this goes against Apple's terms and conditions and it will completely rule out any warranty assistance if things go wrong. So you need to be careful because your warranty for the iPhone is not going to be valid anymore. You will need to find and download a copy of the iOS 16 beta profile on a non-Apple site. I think that the safest one to use in this instance is Google. Once you downloaded the profile, install the beta using the same method as I mentioned previously in this video. Now, having said all that, there are some risks that you really need to be aware of. Betas are test versions of the upcoming software. They are unfinished, and while they should include most or all of the features in the finished product, there will be differences and some glitches and problems that will need to be fixed. The glitches and the problems are the reason why Apple tries to beta test iOS in the first place. Right, so it's just like a testing phase. Don't expect to have a perfect user experience. Don't expect existing apps to work perfectly with the new version. In rare cases, you may even find that your device is bricked by the beta and can't be used until the next beta comes along and maybe fixes the problem that you are having. It's common for early beta software to have problems like excessively battery drainage, for example. This is just one of the examples. The closer that we get to the final launch of iOS 16, the more refined and feature complete we can expect the available betas to become. So there will be less time to wait for the official launch, which means that you won't be gaining so much by installing a beta. So let's say that you do decide to go ahead with installing the beta. Keep in mind that it's extremely important for you to back up your iPhone before you install an iOS beta, or maybe it's even a better idea to use a secondary phone rather than your main iPhone. In this case, you won't lose everything from that phone if something goes wrong while the beta is installing, and you will also be able to go back to the last version if you think that you don't like the new software or the software is too glitchy. So basically these are all the steps that you need to follow to install iOS beta 16 on your Apple iPhone. And I hope that this video was helpful to you, and again I want to make sure that you fully understand what you are getting yourself into. Make sure that you use a secondary iPhone, or make sure that you back up everything. But again, a word of warning: if you are a member of the public, you are not a developer, but you do want to install the developer version of the iOS beta, then be warned that the warranty is not going to be valid anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!